Hello, everybody. Bunch of weird internet things. Went to connect the stream and I got like a internet error in the browser, and then it connected, and then it said chat not available, chat disconnected, and then it was like chat available. I don't know. Maybe YouTube's just having some weird stuff going on. Today was kind of a lazy day for me. I slept in a little bit, got a few things done around here, ran to the store, and now it's time for the stream. There are some massive spoilers I'm going to be careful not to reveal. Let's think, do we need anything else before we go to the Nether? Not that I can think of. Okay, let me hide the spoilers real quick here. And we'll head to the Nether. Oop, I did a bad job. Okay. Okay, switch this out. All right. One thing I was thinking about is this space here. There we go. In the Nether, you need a pretty high level of light to get nothing to spawn. No piglins, no zombified piglins, that sort of thing. And as you can see, most of this is still spawnable. There's this light, a little bit of light coming off of here. So I was thinking about carpeting this. I'd have to carpet most of it, which begs the question, why do I even use this stuff? One thing that's interesting is if you put carpet in front of the door, the piglins and the zombified piglins are just tall enough that they can't get through. So they end up stuck on one side or the other, which is kind of interesting. And actually is a nice segue into one thing I wanted to work on today. Right down here on the left, we've got our piglin bartering area. Hello. And then right across the way, we have this little space here. And I wanted to build a really simple poor man's gold farm, where basically we could shoot a zombified pigman and they would all just run up here and we would kill them and collect their stuff. And as you can see, I did a tiny bit of testing. And it works pretty well. What I learned from the test is the baby pigmen, they can get through. So you need to have some sort of a trapdoor. The other thing is, if you have them at the same level that you're standing, the XP doesn't get through. It gets trapped on the other side of this. And then the other thing I noticed is because I have knockback, some of them die, hello, way back here, and their stuff doesn't get collected. So a few learns, and I think I can kind of re-engineer this in a way where we can get them up a level and then maybe put something where they can come in from the sides, but when we knock them back, they'll hit a wall so that all their stuff gets collected. Hopefully that all made sense. Once they get aggravated, it's really difficult to make any changes because they just stay aggravated. And there's weirdness where, like, sometimes they'll get aggravated and then there'll be like one guy on the other side who get aggravated and will never get unaggravated and stuff like that. It's a little bit of a pain. Close this off. Out here, we're just kind of out there. And most of this is one block thick. You can see I went through, here gassed. I went through and I covered up most of the Lava, oh, there he is. Lava ocean. You can see right over here, that's about as far as I've gotten. So again, this is all kind of 1 block thick. And so we don't really want to have gas blowing this up because there'll be a hole in the ground. Anyway, so we need to figure this out, make this look a little more presentable, and then test it out. Another thought I had was it would be lovely to be able to sort out the gold ingots and gold nuggets and like send the nuggets to a crafter to make the ingots and then send the ingots over here automatically. But you can't do water streams in the Nether. So I would need to come up with some sort of like dropper elevator or something like that. And I'm not in the mood to think that far ahead yet. I'd also need to sort out all of the garbage, the rotten flesh, all of the weapons. You know, they have gold swords, gold spears. So it'd be quite a lot of redstone. I think that's going to be a separate project. Step 1 is just make this functional. And like I said, I was testing it out. I was getting gold nuggets, I was getting gold ingots, throwing them in here, which sends them over to these guys, and we're getting stuff. And among the stuff, I got a Soul Speed 3 book, finally. So we could potentially put Soul Speed on, what is it, our leggings? And then what we could do is go through and remove the center bit and replace it with the soul soil. And then we'd be able to move much faster through the Nether. It's a lot of talking, a lot of stuff going on. So this is gonna be phase 1 of our stream, is making this happen. Something else I've been working on, just a little bit down here. You'll remember we created a tunnel to the stronghold and a tunnel to the Nether mine. I finally got this wall installed and it looks great. It looks great down to here, and I haven't figured out how to make this transition yet. I might just use a lot of magma because I think that'd be kind of a cool look. And all I've been doing is just digging until I hit lava. And then over here, kind of doing the same thing. Dig, dig, dig until I hit lava. Some of them go very far. I've ended up with, I think, 6 pieces of ancient debris. So we're getting closer to potentially having netherite armor. Still need a netherite pattern or template or whatever they call it. This is what we did last week. I decided to go with the blue, the light blue carpet and the light blue concrete, the light gray carpet, the light blue terracotta. They work really well together, and I think it looks great. The light blue glass is a nice mix. And again, that's how far down we got. While I was down here, I was poking around a little bit and looking at how this intersects with the Nether Fortress. And I think we're just gonna barrel straight through, carpet it so nothing spawns in here. But I do want to be able to get into the Nether Fortress so that we can get Wither Skulls, so we can get Nether Brick. And so you might have noticed as we were walking over here, I created one more hallway. So this is Stronghold, Nether Mine, hallway. Nothing special, just a little bit of Nether Brick, a little bit of black stone, a little bit of basalt. And this hallway happens to intersect almost exactly with a blaze spawner. Now, if we just barrel our way straight through, we will be on like a, what do you call it? Not a hallway, but like a path, one of the Nether Fortress paths. So I have a couple of thoughts. One is it'd be great to get access to the blazes. And so what I'm thinking we'll do is maybe right here, we'll widen this and then do a stairway down in the middle. So we can walk around the stairway into the Nether Fortress, but then we can also come down and create some sort of really simple blaze farm. I don't need a lot of blaze rods, but it'd be nice to have access to them when I want them. So there's that. That's maybe gonna happen later. But first, let's do this down here. Where'd this guy come from? Makes me nervous that I'm going to aggravate all the pigmen. There's 2 of them. Maybe they spawned in here. That is totally possible. Yeah, it's absolutely possible. So that's something else we could do. Even though I like the look of this, we could potentially carpet this. Because yeah, we can't be having pigmen in here. Okay, what's in here? Got a little bit of black stone, a little bit of basalt. Okay, got some hoppers. Yeah, see, he can't get through there, so they're definitely spawning in here. Let's do something real quick just for funsies. Looks fine, I guess. Let's do it just for now. We could always do something different later. We could put buttons all over it or something else. Oops, one more piece of carpet. Do. Okay. Can I hit this without hitting that guy? Yes, I can. Okay, so that's the level that I want them to be standing. Actually, I do want that hopper there. Okay. I'm thinking I want this to be a little bit of blackstone, a little bit of basalt. Yeah, that's different than what we did over here. All I have is cracked. Let's fly down here, grab some more blackstone. I went and did a little mining in our Bastion Remnant, and I've got a lot of blackstone now. We're in good shape. Let's grab one of those. Yeah. Okay, nice and simple. And then we could do Basalt. Let's try regular basalt. In the corner. Hello. Okay, looks all right. We did polished basalt at our intersection, and I don't want it to be too samey. Get out, please. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then on the ceiling, oh, this guy's the worst. Trying to see what I did over here. I just did like a little kind of arch. I don't know that we need to do the same thing over here. Yeah, I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Very plain, but very nethery. I don't trust the netherrack floor in case something blows up in here. So let's replace it with basalt. We'll probably carpet it anyway, so I'm not worried about what it looks like. I'm just worried about its durability. Okay. Okay. What to do on the ceiling? Do I want to mirror that sort of thing? Maybe I do. Looks kind of good. Okay. I had a thought about using yellow wool for the carpet, just because gold, you know? Let's just see what it looks like. It's okay. This is also yellow, I just realized. And I'm out of black wool. Okay. I feel pretty good about this. now we just need to get the outside in order. Lots and lots of zombified piglins. Oh, you jerk. Many pigmen around. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. They can walk up the sides here, and then if I bap them, they'll just hit back here. Actually, let's expand this just a little bit. And that way, hopefully we'll still get their drops. Boop, boop. Boop. And then we need a ceiling. Might do slabs on the ceiling. Okay, here's another problem. With this back wall here, I can't see any of the pigmen to shoot them. So we might need a door. Always something. An iron door. Uh-oh. And we're off. Well, anyway, this will be a great test. This is one problem I haven't figured out how to deal with yet. The spears, because they can get you, and they hit really hard. I think the taller ones, it won't be an issue, but these little guys, it is definitely an issue. Okay, if I stand here, nobody can get me. I need to put carpet here so that the XP rolls off. Ooh, okay, there's a spear. That was weird. We might want to put hoppers here. Ooh, why are you here? Because yeah, we're getting some things that are kind of landing on these little areas. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more hoppers. So 34 nuggets out of that little, whatever you call that, wave. What did I do with my nuggets? Oh, they're in here. Some sort of auto crafter would be real nice. Almost 4 ingots is what we got out of that. That's fine. End up with a lot of rotten flesh. Is the pigmen's still mad? Looking for angry zombified piglin noises. Hard to tell. Okay, 4 hoppers. Need to put carpet here. Do I have more black carpet down at the end? I feel like I do. Whoa. There's some. Boop, boom, boom. Excuse me. Okay, that should keep the XP doing its thing. Okay, I've got an idea. Hello. What you doing? Okay, so here's a zombified pig man. He doesn't seem to be mad. So maybe they've chilled out already. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3. It's 15-ish. Okay, let's run back to the overworld. I've got an idea. Do. Oh, there's your spoiler. What I'm thinking is an accent color. Whoa. We could do... What does pale oak look like with basalt? Pale oak. Basalt. It's okay. Some kind of warmish, purpley gray tones in there. Basalt is definitely blue, you know, like a really, really, really dark blue. See, that's all the pale oak I've got. Do I have any pale oak logs? Got a bunch of those. Okay, let's sleep real quick. Sleep. So I'm thinking we could use trapdoors, and then we could keep the trapdoors closed, keep piglins out, open trapdoors to anger them. Zoop. What's a pale oak trapdoor look like? It's okay. It's all right. Don't love the design, but it's fine. For good measure. Hoppers. We need more hoppers. Num 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 num. Do I have any over here? Got a couple. That's what I say I needed. 4. Perfect. What else do we need? I think that was it. Oops. Big fail. Oh, I should have brought some light too. Yeah, I don't have any. So that way I could bap him and then I could close these. It looks okay. I definitely need to replace these. Bonk, bonk. Okay. Should have brought some light. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. Great. And then let's be matchy here. Okay. And then we need to put a couple hoppers out there. I should have waited with these here. It's okay. Uh-oh. Don't blow up my base. Come on. Not great. Stop already. Ooh. What? I got him. Okay. No real damage, it looks like. Okay, back to what we were doing here. Get in there. There we go. Okay, looks all right. Probably need a couple pieces of carpet on there. Excuse me. Okay. That was chaotic, but we got there. I was thinking on the ceiling we could do something with pale oak as well, maybe. Maybe. Give it a shot here, see what we think. I just put my crafting table away like an idiot. Put you up here. Doot, doot, doot. What if do this? It looks okay. It's a little ghostly looking. A little bit bright. Be really bright once we get light in there. I don't hate it. But I don't love it either. From here, all you see is that bright ceiling and a little accent here. Once you're inside, you get that there's more of that. Yeah, I think we'll do something different. And we need light. Let's head back to the overworld real quick. See if I can get a soul lantern put together real quick. Whoa, hello. Oops. I need like rocket duration 1 for like around the base or something. Let's see. Oop. Should have some iron nuggets over here. Seven, 8. One of those, 2 of those, 1 of those. Okay. What does a pale oak log look like next to salt? I don't think that's the move. What else could we do? We could abandon pale oak altogether. We could do a different wood. I've already started using mangrove in the end, so I don't want to get too matchy-matchy with that. Pink is not gonna do it. Orange. What about the warped stuff? That's a thought. I don't think I have any. Yeah, I don't have any trapdoors. That might work. We already did warped in our hub. Maybe we could do crimson. So crimson trapdoors are going to be much more interesting looking, I think. Yeah, they've got like slats in them. Let me clean up my inventory here. Okay, let's try it. Do. Put some stuff away here. Don't need that. Put that in there. Let's put that in there as well. We'll add that to our leggings a little later. And then let's sleep real quick. What's going on? There we go. Are these duration? Yeah, these are duration 2 rockets. I should go up to the crafter and maybe change the recipe and try duration 1 out for a while. Because I usually have to do like a loop-de-loop when I go from like my base to the storage. Hello. Okay. Okay. Back here, the netherrack and the crimson wood are really closely colored. When you get up closer, it's obviously more purple. But yeah, from back here, interesting. Okay, let's try some stuff out here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, I don't hate it so far. Okay. It's a little more interesting. You can see outside. And let's see. Bump, 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 bump. Potentially this will give us some more carpet options too. We could try something like a magenta or something. Okay, that's fine. Once you get inside, you get a little bit of a reveal of this. Should these be on the back edge or the front edge, I wonder? Oops. Oops again. Making a mess. Nope. So this looks exactly the same, but if I close them, now they're on the front edge as opposed to the back edge. I don't know if I have an opinion. I kind of like the front edge better. Just a little brighter, not quite as dim. Now I get creepers hanging out up here. Oh, okay, good to know. Okay, another thought. What if I didn't do basalt? What if I did crimson whatever? What do they call those? Crimson stems? Because I've already got basalt going on down here. Let's go try it out. Let's see. Let's put some stuff away. And you know, while I'm thinking about it, let's change the recipe right now. Let's hop up here. Where is it? Here? Crafter. Okay, so what I want to do, how the heck do you do this? You lock it. And then if I take one out, oh no. I have to lock paper one too. Okay. Iteration 1. Let's try it out. Okay, and we'll unlock these. Put the paper back. Gunpowder back. The gunpowder will last twice as long. We'll give it a shot, see how it goes. In this little rocket bin, I've got a bunch of 2s. I even have some 3s from when we first set it up, and the 3s were just too much power. So we could even scoot these down a row. I'll let the 1s fill up there. Okay, what were we doing? We're looking for stems. I do have some. Oops, not that, that. So, as soon as we went through the portal, I just had a thought. We used warped in our hub because we used crimson in the overworld. So maybe I don't want to use the warp stems or the crimson stems in their natural state. Maybe stripped might make more sense. It would be a much closer color match to everything else going on. I'll show you what I mean here. Boop, bump, bump. So right now that really, really pops. But if I strip it, now it matches really nice. That might be the move. Get out. Oh my gosh, this guy's the worst. Sir. Right here, right over here. Right there. Right there, go. Right there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, that's different than everything else, which I like. I don't want to be repeating the same color schemes and everything over and over. Yeah, I don't dislike that. The ceiling's a little overly flat. I don't know how else to explain it. If I raise it up, then I don't know how the lantern's going to work. If I go up here, it's gonna look kind of ugly there. Need to put more black stone up there. Back further, it looks better, I think. I can't jump that high. Do, 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 do. Oh boy. Okay. Um... Okay, let's take a look at this. This is what I was talking about with the lantern. It's a little weird. But from further back, I like the ceiling being up higher. I think it just looks better. What else could we do here? We could do black stone instead of the wood. Yeah, I definitely like that. That's the most obnoxious way to build in the world. Okay, great, good. That is the only thing I'm not sure about. Well, that and that, but nobody's ever going to see that unless they go inside and turn around. Cool. Should probably test it again, huh? I need a couple more pieces of carpet. One there. Whoops. 3 more pieces. Do I not have any more black wool? I could have swore we just grabbed some. Well, that's okay. Let's just go get one. I put the black stone in there. Black wool. Oh, misjudged. Okay. Fantastic. Let's give it a shot, I guess. Yeah, we need to clean this up anyway. We'll just leave that for now. Okay. So I want to use the farm. Let's get all this garbage down here out of the way. I guess you're going to be our comeback, our ignition for the farm. Thank you for the ingot. How nice. Ooh, look at this. Spears through the wall. There's a lot of them. I can hear how mad they are. So if I stand here, I should run around, We start wanging on him here. Yeah, the back wall there was definitely a good idea. Because when I first tested it, they would get knocked back and then die, and their loot wouldn't get collected. Tons of rotten flesh. We could come up with a way to smelt these if we wanted. I don't know if it's worth it. Ooh, angry. It's weird how they pathfind. Like if I step back, they'll start coming to the side wall. It's very weird. See, like this, they just, if I come over here, then they'll make their way around. Well, that guy was a toughie. Well, maybe this guy won't make his way around. Okay, so stack and some so far, and then a few ingots. That's all right. You know, what I could do here is I could put fences on the other side of this wall here so that they can't jump up. That might be a good idea. So it still says zombified piglin grunts angrily. It's gotta be this guy. I'm curious if they will cool down. Still mad. Supposedly is the rule is if you break line of sight with them for 30 seconds or so, they should calm down. Doesn't seem to be the case all the time. And sometimes if you get far enough away from them, the pigmen that you encounter will be calm, but then you go back and they're still angry. Yeah, this guy's still here. Yeah, we should put some fences out on the other side of these so we don't get this happening. We could do nether brick walls, that's a thought. Doot, 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 doot. This guy, I'm afraid he's just going to come charging through if I open this. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, everybody's mad again, so they must have calmed down except for like that one guy. The XP is rolling in, that's great. We seem to have good coverage with the hoppers. It's so funny when the guy rolls in with the spear, he kills all of his buddies. It's so weird. Get the rotten flesh out of here. Don't think you can use rotten flesh to smelt things. That'd be great if you could. Because each of these could be a nugget. Okay. So let's see if we can get him to calm back down, to see how it goes. We got all kinds of good stuff. 6 ingots. I can just throw those directly in here. And then I got a stack of nuggets, which equals 7 ingots. Throw those in there. And then we got a couple of extra, which equals another 5. So what's that, 15-ish? I mean, for something so simple, that's a pretty great little contraption, I think. And we don't need to piglin barter that much. You know, like the soul speed was one thing I really wanted. There's some other things that are nice to get out of them. Crying obsidian, this is an easy way to get it. I don't use a lot of spectral arrows, but, you know, why not? Blackstone I can always use. So yeah, very cool. Speaking of, if I hit this, they'll each get a gold ingot. And we get stuff. Cool. Well, I would call this a success. We definitely need to clean this up. And I need to clean this up and this up. So let's do that real quick. Let's see, what do I actually need? I'll take the sulfur and fit that in there. Oh, a couple more nuggets. Leave those here. Take that, I'll take that. That in there, take that. Okay. Let's run back to the overworld, put some stuff away. Oh, I heard somebody mad. Maybe not. So hard to tell. Nope, see, zombified piglin grunts angrily. Somebody is still mad at me. I wish that was a little clearer so I didn't have to worry about it. Okay, put you away, put you away, put you away, put you away. Great. While we're here, let's talk about this. Soul speed. Pants, right? Pants, soul speed. No? Soul speed on pants? No? Oh, I'm thinking of Swift Sneak. That's what I'm thinking of. Soul speed is going to be boots. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, Swift Sneak goes on the pants. Doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. Now that we have that, we can fix our hallways. I don't have a lot of stuff here, but we do have access to a biome. I think it's soul soil. Put in a furnace to melt down the swords. Yeah. I could put in a furnace to melt down the swords. But what would I use for fuel? That's the only thing. I would have to get fuel and keep bringing it back, which is not the end of the world. It is faster than taking the swords back and then bringing the ingots back. But yeah, what I think... See, they seem to have chilled out. I think what I want to do is somehow connect this to some sort of elevator. It'd have to be droppers because we're in the Nether. And then what we would do is sort out the ingots. The ingots can go straight in. Then sort out the nuggets. The nuggets would go into a crafter, which would turn them into ingots. And I want to say everything else, but it's not everything else because we need to get the rotten flesh out of there. So that could be step one. Get the rotten flesh out, take the ingots directly in, take the nuggets and turn them into ingots. And then everything else should be gold weapons. And we could smelt them, turn them into nuggets. So it would be a huge contraption. And if I put the smelter, then I would need to have a way to put the fuel in it. Because if it's all outside, that gets tricky. Or I could just put a furnace in here. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Well, great. This turned out great. I'm really happy with this. Let's keep moving stuff out of here. I don't know if I need a lot of this stuff, to be completely honest. Got so much netherrack already. I didn't like that. Because yeah, I mean, the simplest, most manual thing we could do would be keep a crafting table and a furnace over here. And just put the nuggets into ingots, smelt the stuff. I guess it really depends how much we're going to use it. I also want to get a little bit daring here and try something. Oop, don't be mad at me. There we go. Now we're all matchy-matchy. That's not how that was. Whoa. Whoa. Hello. Please stay out of here. Sir? Oh my gosh. Oh, come on. Why is this so hard? There. Can I fly through there? Oops. Oops. Sir, you need to move. I did it. Okay, look out, sir. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, now we're matchy-matchy. Look at that. Much better. I don't need that. Or that. Or that. Okay, let's take this load of stuff to the overworld and drop it off. And then we'll grab a shulker box, run over to, what's it called? Soul Sand Valley? See if we can get a bunch of soul soil. Basalt. I'm gonna hang on to those. Should probably keep this over there. Don't need that. Or that. Should probably keep that over there. Let's see. Furnace is just 8 of these. I feel like I've been putting shulker boxes into the system, but they're not making it back over here. Why is that? Not even sure how to troubleshoot that. Maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe, I don't know. I know I had more shelter boxes, but I do have a lot of them in use now. And I can always make more. Okay, we're not going to worry about it right now. We are going to go to Soul Sand Valley, get a bunch of soul soil. See, zombified piglin grunts angrily. Let's get a little, let's see, I can get a little cheaty here. Let's go free cam. What is it, this guy? These guys all look super chill. It's the only guy I can think of that would be angry. I don't get it. Let's tempt fate a little bit here. Oop, this guy. You angry? Sounds angry. Oh, one of them's angry. I don't understand. Why are you all still angry? So now if I run back here, is everybody gonna be angry? I hear them. What's going on? We're just building a really simple and cheap pigman farm. And now I'm trying to decipher when they get unangry. See, if I run over here, they follow me. It's really weird. Okay, so we need to figure out what to do with our furnace. We need to figure out what to do with our crafting table. Let's put that away. Because for the furnace to be really useful, we'd also want a hopper feeding into it. Yeah, this is just my single player world from my YouTube episodes that I do on Tuesdays. See, here comes more of them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm baffled about the aggravation of the pigmen. Let's abandon them for a little bit. Let's head out to the Soul Sand Valley like we were planning. Actually, let's just fly. Seems to be a lot of gas out here, so I don't want to... Yep, there's one already. Whoa. Oh boy. The, what do you call it? Soul speed is, a little crazy. Oops. Who's shooting me? This guy. Okay, I'm gonna start digging. Stop shooting me, everybody. Skeleton Town. Somehow I picked up all that netherrack that I meant to drop. Stupid. There we go. More skeletons. Let's see, soul sand. Get a little bit more. Cool. There we go. Eventually we will build a hallway out to this portal, but not today. I don't know if there's a good way to do this. Just rip it up and see what happens, I guess. Goodbye, cobblestone. Okay, and let's just plop this down. Grab a stack. If I can get that lined up. I'm glad we're doing this fairly early in the build, because if I had like miles and miles of nether tunnels and then I did this, I'd lose my mind. That'd be so much work. Oop, oop, oop. Okay, if I walk backwards, I should see little souls, and I do. And yes, that is much faster. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Guess we just keep going. The next thing we run into should be the stronghold. We need to do something with that too. It's still just the regular stronghold room. It would be the blaze thing first. But yeah, the stronghold room, it would be nice to do something with that space. Make it look a little cooler. Thematically, I don't know what I want to do. Do. Okay. Let's go grab our shulker box. So much faster. Do. Nope. Great. So much better. I don't know how this is going to go exactly, so we'll just go a little bit right now. What's the pattern? What's the pattern? It zigzags. So gray would go there, there, there. Oops. Okay. Keep imagining I hear angry piglin sounds, and so I look over at the subtitles and it's like, nope, just regular piglin sounds. Boop, 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 boop. Nope. Let's get down to our intersection at least. Oops. Oops. Oh. Hello, Magma Cube. Magma cubes clip through the floor. Yeah, hopefully he can't hit me. That'd be bad. Okay, so we've gotten it this far. Stand here and just see if he can hit me. Apparently not. Okay. How many shulker boxes do I have over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello. Welcome to the stream. We're just getting some work done in the Nether today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, that's so much better, so much faster. I don't think I have any down there, and no shulker boxes down there. None over there. Zoom. None over here. None over here. We'll figure this out later. I don't think I have any in the zombie farm. Nope, none over here. None in there. Where's all my shulker boxes? Trying to think where else. This is going to get a little spoilery for Tuesday's episode here. Oof. None over here. None in there. None in there. Oh yeah, I did want to leave this over here. Boop. Boop. Okay, I have no idea where, like, 4-ish of my shulker boxes are. Okay, here's 2 more. 1, 2. So when I put them in the thing, in here, they empty out and then they get smashed down into there. And then they get sent up there and they go into the first module. There's nowhere for shulker boxes to go in this module. So that dude takes it and sends it to the next module. And then he looks to see if there's anywhere those could go. No, there's nowhere, I don't think. In here? No. In here? No. In here? No. Nowhere for those to go. So then double check here and here. No. No. So then this dude will send them across to this guy. There should be nowhere for them to go here. No. This guy should send them across to this guy. And there should be nowhere for them to go here. So he should just dump them out and they should end up in this minecart. This guy should get them. He sorts all of the miscellaneous stuff. So you can see, never made a pale trapdoor before. So he's trying to figure out, what do I do with those? Why is this sitting here like that? This should empty into here. Right? If I put this in here, why don't they empty into the... Why don't they empty? What's in here? Shulker boxes. Oh, I get it now. So stupid. Shulker boxes can't go into a shulker box, which is what is here. But why doesn't he put them away here? Well, anyway, there's my missing shulker boxes. Let's try something again. I'm going to put these back in there so he grabs them. He should see these in here and put them away, I would think. Similarly, let's put a shulker box in there. I don't think it matters what's inside the shulker box. Okay, so we should end up with more shells and more shulker boxes. Maybe. Okay, he's looking. He's got the shulker box in his hand. Doesn't go there. Okay, he didn't even check here. That was the problem. He gave up because there was nothing in here before finding where it actually went. Okay. Same with the shulker shells. He gave up. Okay, so let's do something different. Let's move where they go. Let's put them closer to the front of his search. Oops. Fences will go up here. Rotten flesh will take you out. So you will be... Is there anything in here? No. You will be shulker boxes. Blip. You will be fences. That's one problem I haven't figured out yet, is there's no predictable sort order. This guy looks in his copper chest, and then he checks the chest nearby to see, does this go here? And as you saw, he was skipping this chest and finding one that was empty first. And sometimes these other guys will do the same thing. They'll go to the empty chest at the end before finding where it actually goes. I'm not sure if there's a way to mitigate that. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so shulker boxes we're going to put over here. Shulker shells here. Okay, let's try and experiment. See if I can get to his little copper chest back there. Boop, boop. So he should see these. Okay, he's looking in there and blip, he put it away. So shulker box made it home. Curious if the different colors matter. What's he got now? He's got shulker shells. He figured it out. Okay, now he's going to grab the white shulker box. So he checks them in a weird order. Okay, he didn't put it here because he sees white shulker box as something different. He's going to put it in there because nothing's in there. All right, well, now we know. How bizarre. All right. I'll think about that later. At least I know where my shulker boxes are now. But if I'm going to use a shulker box that is dyed a color, I should probably just leave it in my ender chest. Like so. Okay. You know, all in all, this is actually working really well as a storage system. I'm going to put that through one more time. Got to leave those. Okay. Totally sidetracked now. I've probably got another half an hour, and then I've got some other things I need to do. I actually sold some art, which is very exciting. I've been making tiny paintings and just listing them on eBay, and They just sat there for a couple of weeks and they kind of auto relist. And then let's move away from the clicking. After a couple of relists, some of them got some attention, or I could see the number of views, and they got a couple of bids. Not big money, just a few bucks each. But they're let me show you real quick. Hang tight. They're little, like magic card, Pokemon card size, and they're just acrylic paint on a little like heavy paper. You know, like it's not canvas, but it's thicker than like cardstock. But I've just been doing some like naturey ones lately. Like this one's just sort of a seaweed thing. And then this one is like a coastal scene. So anyway, that's been fun, but I need to figure out how to ship them now. Nope, I lost my spot here. There we go. So, that's exciting. Yay, Todd. So yeah, every week I cut out of a piece of this heavy stock, 4 of them, and I've been making about 4 paintings a week. It's not the kind of thing where I can quit my job and live off of my art, but it's fun to make something and just get it out there. So anyway, I need to figure out how to ship these things because I have to print a certain label for a certain size envelope in order to get the certain price on the shipping. I'm going to see if I can find a video on it or something. Okay, we accomplished what I had set out to do today, which was the piglin, zombified piglin farm. Is that what we're calling it? Zombified piglin farm. Yeah, I guess that's what we're calling it. And it works. We still need to figure out how to turn the nuggets into ingots, how to turn the swords into nuggets. Do we want to automate it? Do we just want to figure out, like, maybe we could kick these walls back a little bit and just install some furnaces and things? I'll think on that. I should also figure out a way to maybe, instead of a chest, do a shulker box so I can just pick it up and take it with me. Flip. Again, I don't know how much we're going to actually use this farm. There's only certain things that we really need. You know, gravel, soul sand. We're doing okay on those. Fire charges. I don't know. I've never done anything with fireworks. Maybe we do something with fireworks this season. Season? Episode? Yeah. Okay. I know what we're gonna do to wrap up today. We're gonna look at this hallway down here. So, hallway. It's not real pretty. We can always change up some of this, but it's functional. So we get down here. Yeah, you can hear the blazes already. You can see it just kind of gets us right into the Nether Fortress. But there's a blaze spawner on top of us. This is actually the stairway that leads up to the blaze spawner. And so what I would like to do... Let's see, I think the spawner's at that level. So it'd be 1, 2, 3. I'd like to get down. Gosh, let me think. 4 blocks would be a drop to some lava that could wash them down. Another 4 block. So like maybe like 8 blocks down, 8, 10 blocks. So if I put a stairway in the middle here, I guess we could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's an awkward place for it to start. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. We'll just pick right in the middle here as our start. So what I'm thinking is that we have a stairway. Ooh, don't see me, Blaze. That goes down to the Blaze farm. And then what we could do is we can widen this so we can go around the stairway and then get into the farm. Not the farm, the fortress. Of course, there's nothing underneath. Perfect place for a staircase. Now the staircase is not going to be 1 block wide. It's probably going to be 3 blocks wide. So we would need to widen this a little bit on each side, so it'd be quite different looking. Like I said, not married to any of this plan anyway, or this design, so we can try some different stuff out. Let's see. Cobble, I had a whole bunch of it back at the base, and I dropped a whole bunch of it. Man, I'm afraid we're going to get ourselves into trouble here. Zoom. If a blaze gets in here, it can set all of our carpets on fire and stuff, which would not be good. We've got a ton of basalt. Let's just use that to sketch out the stairway. Zoom. Put the stairs to one side, leave the tunnel to the fortress. That would be a lot less work. Check something real quick here. Boop. Oh boy. The only bummer. Ooh. Please no. We're not lined up with the Nether path. We're like 1 block off. Now I could scoot this tunnel over, but then we would be unaligned with our hall design, which I think I care more about. What else could we do? We could also... Because let's see, the Nether hallway is... Oh gosh. Like this is the middle of the Nether hallway. Oh man, I'm tempting fate here. Okay, so this is the middle here. What does that matter? I was thinking we could just do since it doesn't need to align anyway, I don't know. I just know that I want to be able to get into the forest and I want to have a blaze farm. Maybe I should think about it more. Where'd my gray carpet go? Ooh, you got me. I don't like blazes. They're so annoying. They're not the most lethal mob. They're pretty lethal, but they're not the most lethal, but they're definitely one of the most annoying. Yeah, I really want to figure out how to reconcile this one block difference. Oh, there's blazes everywhere. Let's run away for a little bit. Let things calm down over here. But anyway, that is something we needed to do. I don't know if I love the basalt. I feel like we could do something much more interesting there. Plus, we do have basalt, I think, down here in our intersection. We do. So that's something else to think about. Boom, 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 boom. Let's do this. Let's go back to the overworld. Bloop. And whoa, out of control. Let's actually go to the testing world. Yeah, don't worry about this. It's playing with glazed terracotta. Glazed terracotta looks awesome if you have an even number of blocks to work with, but odd numbers really kind of mess it up. So I was playing with some options there. Let's see here. Let's grab okay. Here you can see is where I figured out the intersection in the Nether. So we have a weird laggy spot here. We have a hallway that goes into another fortress like this. Etc., etc. And then there's a blaze farm. Here, a blaze spawner. So, what could we do? We could have a spot where it kind of opens up, part goes into the Nether fortress, and then we could have a 2-wide staircase that goes down to this. But this is going to be blocking this. I need to have this so that they can only drop straight down. Man, what a pain. So yeah, this spawner, which is actually here, I think, it needs to be surrounded so that the gas, not the gas, the blazes go straight down. That's why I was originally thinking of going around it, because we could have like a hallway like this. And a hallway like this. around where the blazes are falling. But we don't have to complicate it that much. So let's say these, and I've been thinking about doing this in glass. I thought that might be kind of cool, like so we could actually see the blazes falling down into the collection area. So we'll pretend this is glass. Okay. So, like this would allow us to walk around the glass and then into the nether. We still don't have a way down. We could put that over here. You know, we could do a stairway over here. Or something. It's an ugly alignment, though. Dome the ceiling. So this is the hallway I have right now that goes to where the blaze spawner is. It's just so asymmetrical is the thing. This sort of hides it a little bit where you don't see the asymmetry because there's this tube with blazes raining down. Yeah, we could always, you know, add a door here as well so that we don't get wither skeletons walking in on us. It's a weird problem. So, okay, this is manageable. You know, here's our hallway. We go into the Nether fortress, etc. But how do we get down to the blaze farm? If the spawner's there, it'll go down about 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 blocks. And then I'm going to have lava kind of rinsing them. Well, I don't need to have them. Gosh, I need to figure that out too. Because if... Oh, that's such a pain. If this is where the spawner is, I need more than just 1 block of space for them to be able to spawn. And then I would want like a place to collect. I was going to use lava to push them all into one space. So ideally this would be off limits. That further complicates things. We could do the same thing, but just take a wider berth around it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on that. It's a little more complicated than I was planning. Not only because these two hallways are offset by one block, but also because there's a blaze spawner in the middle of it. Another option is I could ignore this and just deal with the blaze part, and then find another way into the Nether fortress that we could set up. Because further down the hall, we will intersect with it. Back to the Nether. What was that? Seeing things. Oh, there was somebody back there. I thought I saw something poking through the corner. That's hilarious. Okay, so one thing we know for sure, there is a blaze spawner here, and we could figure out how to access that. Now the Nether fortress, ooh, hello. The Nether fortress. Again, the only reason I really want in there is wither skulls and nether bricks. This portion is going to intersect with it as well. So we could potentially figure something out here. That is the blaze spawner there. So you can see it's lower than this. Seems to be like a dead end right there. We could, you know, connect it up here too. And that would be a little less complicated. I'm not going to worry about it right now, but that's what I'm thinking about. This might be the move, because the only other thing that's going to be between our hub or our whatever we're calling that intersection, there's going to be nothing here. Nothing, 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 nothing. Until we get all the way down here to the desert. And that desert portal there, that's where I've been getting all my sand and stuff. So having something in this big vacuous space might be kind of nice. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. No rush. We got tons of other stuff to do. Sometimes you can get these guys to jump down. Yikes. Stupid blazes. But even if I got a wither skull, I'm not sure how I would get it without, again, myself jumping down there. No, nothing. Okay, I'm tired of the Nether. Let's back out of here. Was there a skeleton right there? Yeah, there's one right there. I don't know why. Not today. So next stream, obviously there's tons to do in the Nether. Not only is there this goes nowhere except to our little XP farm. This goes nowhere. We need to build all of these halls. This goes to our trial chamber. I'm hearing things. That's so weird. And then our bastion remnant. Look at how much of this I've cleared out. It's just crazy. Getting down there. I'm really hoping we find a netherite template. And once we get down there, we will make a frog light farm, which will be lovely as well. And then this skinny little freaky path here, this is going to go out to our sulfur mine. We need a lot of cinnabar, so we'll be running out there quite a lot. So yeah, we could work on hallways next stream. We could go cinnabar mining. We found a pretty big cave during one of the episodes, so there's plenty of cinnabar to be gotten. Let me double check my little guy down here one more time. Great. Oh yeah, shulker boxes can't open unless they're on their side. Boop. Okay. Seem to be doing all right. Cool. Excuse me. Well, I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up today. I've got other stuff I need to get done before tomorrow. Working still on Tuesday's episode. There was a bunch of spoilery things I kind of saw today that I didn't really point out because I don't want to ruin it for you. But lots of really cool things happening in the overworld. Yeah, all good stuff. Fridays, that's where we're going to be streaming in the foreseeable future. I started today at 1 p.m. my time. 1 or 2 p.m. is probably when we'll start. In the United States, they just passed, in Congress anyway, a resolution to do a permanent daylight savings time. They tried this once before and it didn't stick. So who knows what'll happen with time. It's all a construct anyway. But yeah, thank you for popping in on the stream today. Appreciate the company. And do look out for Tuesday's episode. It's a good one. Also, tomorrow I have on my other channel a new video posting. It's a good one too. I talk a little bit about motivation. So if you're into that kind of thing, check it out. And otherwise, Tuesday will be the next episode. Friday will be the next stream. And that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. I'll see you next time.